Virginia Boys Kitchens, made in the USA. What is up, all of you awesome and amazing people on YouTube? The old Coot here, coming at you with another exciting video highlighting this 24-inch by 18-inch cutting board. This thing is huge. That's what she said. Basically, I wanted something bigger, and I'm sure there's some of you out there that want a bigger cutting board, something that will actually collect all the juices and all these little grooves here, which I believe holds about a quart of liquid, believe it or not. That's a massive amount of juice. You're making a whole turkey like I am today, cooking away in my oven, just saying we're going to pull that out and carve that up in a little while. Anyways, the whole point is you need a bigger cutting board, because whenever you have these small little tiny ones, you can, if stuff falls off the edge and it's just a mess and the juices run everywhere, this way you know that you've got a decent surface to work with. You've got plenty of room. You can turn the board however you need to move your meat or your chicken or your veal or poultry or whatever around. This thing is amazing. I'm going to show everybody how I oil it. It's a pretty simple process. Paper towels are your friend. But basically what you want to do is you want to try to get a paper towel, right? Fold it up. And by the way, I will put links down below in the description to the cutting board. If you want a reference for size of just how big this thing is, Morton Salt, right? Everybody's got that in their kitchen. That's how big the cutting board is. It's about, how many of these across? 1, 2, let's say 3, 4-ish, let's say 5, 6. It's about 6 Mortons and then some all the way across. So just to give you reference. But anyways, the way that I oil this is I take a paper towel, right? Fold it up in 4. So there we go. And then I put my olive oil. Italians got to have olive oil. I put my olive oil on the paper towel. So I'm not trying to put it directly on the cutting board. I'm trying to put it on the paper towel so I can get smooth, even distribution of all that oil. I'm just going to show you the top, like how I do the top, but also make sure to do the sides and also the underside as well. What you're doing is you're sealing the wood. You're trying to make sure that you're creating a barrier between any bacteria that might grow and the wood itself. That's basically why you want to keep it moist and oiled. You get the idea. You put on a thin coat, wipe it off with a dry paper towel, let it sit, hopefully overnight is the best situation you can possibly do. You could apply a second coat or just use it. Make sure you wash it thoroughly. Don't ever let it sit in the sink in water. If you let it sit in water in your sink or whatever, what's going to end up happening is the water will penetrate into the wood, make it swell up, and you might break some of these seams that were used. Look at all this beautiful craftsmanship and look at how beautiful that wood is. Why would you want to ruin that by letting this soak in water? You're just going to destroy it. So if you wash your cutting board, basically warm soapy water, don't use any harsh detergents. You don't need to use bleach or anything like that. Just use warm soapy water immediately after using it, right? Wipe it down with a paper towel. Go ahead and wash it in warm soapy water. Try to rinse it in warm water, not too hot, but just warm. And then basically go ahead and dry it off with a towel, paper towel, whatever you got, like some kitchen towels, whatever you have. Or let this air dry on a dish rack, just so that all the water can come off. Try not to let it sit in water too long. Anyways, you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a small amount, maybe about a teaspoon or so right there, just enough to kind of coat the towel. And then I'm just going to fold it over, and then using just my hand, I'm just going to start in one corner and basically just rub along as I go. So pretty simple process. Thin layers are better than just one massive dumping of the oil on. And as you can see the difference here, I wish you could see that shine. There we go. There's some shine action going. But see now how, and the smell is amazing. I mean, I use fresh olive oil, so you get the idea. But anyways, once you feel like you've had enough, turn your paper towel the other way, right? Put on about another teaspoon or so just to get that going. And basically same process, dab it over so you're not just hitting one spot with the oil. Try to pick up where you left off, and just as you rub away, you're helping that oil to sink in there. And like I said, I'm not using any hard, motion or anything. I'm just kind of, especially for the first time getting your board, there's no hard rubbing or anything. Just kind of just take your time with it. Try to get as much as you can. You might want to go back over the first area, right? See all that shine now coming out. And basically what I want to do is I want to let this rest for about, 24 hours is ideal before either I apply another coat or use it, wash it, and then let it completely dry and then apply another coat. You get the idea. Anyways, with that being said, I will go ahead and finish the board, all sides, the back, and all that good stuff. Thanks to Virginia Boys for making such great products. I mean, now that this is oiled up, you can actually see some of the more detail in the wood. Like, look at all that fine grain pattern in the wood, which is great. The finer, tighter the grain, the better. It means you're going to get a heavier wood, a denser wood, a more solid wood, a wood that's going to hold up to the test of time. So the next step in this process, as I mentioned, was take a clean paper towel and kind of just repeat the process. Basically fold it over into quarters, right? And then basically all you want to do is just kind of go over this again to make sure that there's no excess oil in any one particular spot, right? So you got that, but I will go down into the grooves. I'll do the sides. I'll kind of do everything, the outside, even the underside. There's your logo again, Virginia Boys Kitchens. Proudly made in the USA. You can't beat that. And this is good, heavy, nice wood. I'm pretty much sure this goes with any decor, right? Country living, farm living, city, urban environment, rural environment, you name it. This cutting board goes good anywhere. And what goes better on the cutting board, or with the cutting board, is what's on the cutting board, which is going to be my spatchcock turkey coming up later in another video. So check that out. Anyways, hit the description section down there below to links for some pretty cool products, including this board and some other stuff from Virginia Kitchen Boys. And I will catch you all on the next exciting, after you hit that like button and subscribe button, review.